day 265. So I'm taking many days off of doing this. Mostly because I've just been so busy. I've been working nonstop and really not taking any breaks for anything. The website's so close. It's you press a button, you get a rental estimate and comps and everything. I got the image stuff, the input of images and getting scores back all working. Today I'm working on how to have the images with the scores show up for the user. And then from there, it's just making sure they have like a report, I guess, to download or something. But, it's complicated stuff, getting it all working together. And but yeah, me and Sean have just been grinding, trying to get this done. And he's working on the geolocation stuff again, trying to have that all be updated for multiple years. And then I got to update the map after that. I've been thinking a lot about what I say on these things, and it's funny, like I feel like what normally comes out is this. I use this as a way to build myself up, but I want to be clear that my day-to-day, every day, will this work? Is this a good use of my time? Did I pick the right partner? Is this company going anywhere? I don't know. I always have those doubts, right? I have them. I've never had less of them. I'll say that. Like it's I have a brain that's always optimizing and always trying to find the right or the better, thing to do. And it's good because that is what, gets me better at things and keeps my life moving forward. And, but it's bad because I over optimize and I over analyze and I over try to figure everything out and try to make everything better. And I think something that happened is when I met my wife, that part of my brain turned off, and I feel like I found somebody that is so far better and different than any other person I ever met that I didn't really think I needed to ever optimize again. It doesn't work. The equation doesn't work anymore because there is nobody more optimizable. How's that for love? No, and so you kind of just start, saying this person is everything. And I think something slightly different, but slightly similar is happening with Sean too, where it's just like, you're going to have your differences, obviously. And that's kind of the point, is having differences. But I continue to believe that he's on a trajectory of huge success. And I'm just trying to be in the sidecar. I'm just trying to hold on, and be useful and try to keep building and growing with him and following him into the darkness here. And so, of course I'm concerned. We're 265 days in and we don't have a customer. We have nobody paying us. We have no real product. I worry that we're building too much scale into everything before we have product market fit. I worry that we're building this huge thing and we don't even know if people want it yet. And I guess the definition of huge is what I've defined it as right now, but this might be something very small and in the grand scheme of life and of what Pad Stats ends up doing. But it's I just wanted to be more honest that I do have these thoughts and worries, and I have throughout this whole 265 days. Every day's a little different. Some days you have huge wins, some days you have huge losses. Where you just huge wins, or you feel like you can take on the world, and you're a genius, and you're the smartest person on earth, and you can do anything. And then, you have lows where you go, I can't do anything. I've spent 3 days on this. I've made no progress. Is this the right thing to do? Is this really the right thing to spend my time on? Those kind of doubts seep in. And, I think Sean and I have had a really good relationship to navigate. The Airbnb co-founders talk about how they have to make 10,000 decisions. So like, don't let any one decision be, the thing that upsets everybody. And so I think me and Sean have been really good about that. It's like, how do we keep making decisions, keep, having discussions and arguments about how to do something better or best, and not have it get in the way of everything. So overall, I feel good. I mean, I'm worried this is dragging on and on and on. It's not that we're not working on it, though. I'm working on it constantly. I'm working on it all day, all night. So if anything, it's just hard. It's hard stuff, and it takes a long time. And I'm just really hoping it's valuable, because the hard part is I don't know. Like, I might laugh at this on day, 1,000 or day 700 or something, when we're doing really well and we have a lot of customers and they're really happy. But you don't know. That's the hard part. Like, when you spend almost a whole year on something and you don't know if it's good or bad, it's, I don't know. I know what we're doing is impressive to certain people. I just it's hard to hold on to that feeling all day, every day, that this is gonna work. I'm not the optimist. Sean's the optimist. So I'm not really a pessimist, but it's just more like I don't know what to believe. I don't know anything. I don't know how to decide if something's gonna be so good or so bad. So, but we have an image model that you put in images of your property, and it can score them within I think it was 0.2 or 0.3 is our error right now. And we'll get better at that too. This is just the first model. Where, we have to add that into the rental properties, but the rental properties, the price is pretty accurate, or as accurate as Zillow right now, even without the images, and we think we're going to be better than Zillow with images. So, is that valuable? I hope so. I hope that's something that people want or need. I hope that's a painkiller, not a vitamin, but we'll see. But I get back to working out. The hard part is when I have a free moment, what do I want to do? I want to get more done. I have 2 full Post-it notes of stuff I got to fix or change or improve on just the rental estimate. It's just, and these aren't I don't think these are unnecessary features. These are just simple things. Like, I put in images, give me the score of the images. That's pretty basic, of what a person would expect a company to do for them that they're paying for. So, but we are getting faster. We are wrapping our arms around this whole thing, and I really want to get this done, because the next thing I want to do is work on the overall pipeline of how we get data, clean it, organize it, score everything, and put it in places that customers can get to it. That is going to be so interesting and fun. And I can already tell, so I built this one piece of our company and it pretty much runs autonomously without us looking at it anymore. It actually emails me if it ever errors out, which I've handled it all the errors so well that it really doesn't error out anymore. But I know if I can get this whole pipeline built, I'm gonna feel so powerful. It's gonna be the coolest feeling ever that this thing's like running all day, all night without me even thinking about it. And it's doing it accurately. That's gonna be the coolest part, is that it runs autonomously accurately for, maybe a couple $100 a month, and that's it. That's all it takes. So I don't know. I I'm really excited for that part. I'm dreading. I'm not loathing, but I'm getting close to like I just want to get this part done with the rental estimate. Not really excited about going back and fixing all the map stuff. This is the part where Sean shines. It's like I love getting a project to 90% done, and then I hate the last 10%. It's so frustrating. It's so annoying. I don't want to deal with it. It's one of the worst things. And Sean's just like, he feels that too, because I think it's a human thing. But he's like, no, we're powering through this. No, we got to get this done. No, we got to get this done. And so it helps me like have someone say, no, just cut the crap. Like, this is a company. This is a business. This isn't your stupid hobby. You got to do stuff you don't want to do. But I don't know. I obviously, like I said, I've had the same fears this whole time, that like I feel like on here I paint this rosy picture that like I know we're gonna be successful. I don't know. I think that I think we have great principles. We're keeping our costs super low. We want to really, really build something great and not skip on it anywhere. We're really focused on the customer, and we're keeping our costs so low we could pretty much do this forever, iterate and improve and stuff. And so, obviously we need some money at some point. Obviously we need to like hire people at some point, but I guess I'm optimistic, like I said, because of our principles and our mentality. Like it's just kind of, there's nothing gonna stop us other than me quitting. Nothing's dire. Nothing's keeping us from winning other than my own involvement. And so all I have to focus on is not quitting, because everything else is kind of handled. And I think that's also the hardest part, is you run into all of these situations and opportunities and barriers, and there's a lot of decisions and a lot of like reprioritizing what's important is so hard, and it's so complicated between multiple people to decide that too. But we'll get there. And like I said, I think we have good principles, so it's just been really nice to it's been a blessing to work on all this so far. And yeah, we're getting closer. I know I say that every day. We're in the trenches right now, it's we'll keep going. And the other thing really quick that I wanted to mention is I don't know, I've been thinking more about how my kids are going to view this, what I'm doing right now. And in my head, it's like this gift for them. It's like showing them who I am when I'm in my 30s. So when they're in their 30s, they don't have to guess, because there's a lot of that going on with me and my parents, where it's like, I don't know. I just thought it'd be cool. It'd be cool to know what they were like, what they were thinking about, what they were dreaming about whenever they were my age, and my age is always changing. So I would love to know what my dad was worried about or thinking about when he was 30 or 35 or 40 or 45 or whatever, and I would love to have a little confessional video of what was going on with him. And so I don't know. I could see how my kids would just kind of shrug at this and say my dad's weird. He does this weird thing. I don't really care. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. It's I guess they could always not care, which is fine. It's like not my. I'm not gonna like strong arm them into anything. I'm just trying to give them more resources, I guess, of what life is like in 2024 right now for me. But it is weird to think of my kids as like grown up. The thing I've had like a lot of reflection on, like shower thoughts, is like I remember what it was like to be 5, 6, 7, 10, 12. I remember early high school. I remember like dating girls for the first time, or talking to girls for the first time, and how much self-doubt I had the whole time. Pretty much, I don't know. I don't think the self-doubt really went away until I met Carol, honestly. It's just kind of like I was just always so just not, I just didn't think I was worth anything. And it's so funny because if my kids saw me today, they probably wouldn't think I had any of that, And the older I get, the less I'm going to remember I had it. And how I'm going to remember the struggle less and less about like how I got here, but in every way, in having to work really hard in like 7th, 8th grade to get into honors program in high school, and then having to work really hard in the honors program to like get into AP classes, and having to work really hard in AP classes, and I got less than a 3.0 my first semester at high school, and it like shocked me, it freaked me out, and that's when I started like having to try really hard at everything, and it made me stronger, it made me better, and then I just kept working, and I got my GPA up every single year, and eventually like got into a great college, and we're kind of like going through cleaning out our house because we're moving, and I got all of my test scores from my childhood and high school and grade school, and standardized test results and stuff. And it's funny because it's in some like everyone thinks in terms of stories. Like everyone tells the story of their life, and it's accurate and true to them, but it might not be accurate and factual globally. I like to pretend that mine is, because I don't know, but it's so funny. Pretty much all throughout grade school, I was in the 75th percentile of standardized tests, and then I got to high school, and I was in like the 50th percentile of high school kids who are going to college. So they upped the ante a little bit. They upped the group to people that are going to college. And I could feel myself slipping a little bit because I was with a harder group. I don't like being behind, and I had to learn how to catch up. I had to learn how to read better, and I still have a lot of blind spots, a lot of things to improve on. But I think that the thing that I have noticed over my entire life, since childhood, is like I'm really good at catching up to the pack, whatever they are. And I think that's what I'm doing now with this in Startup Land, is like it's not about where you start with any project or problem or intelligence. It's how fast you're growing in it, and therefore how fast you're catching up to people, because they're growing at a certain speed and you're growing at a certain speed. You make sure your speed is faster, and that's something I think I've always been really good at, but really hard to think about or explain, or really hard to build confidence around, because like everyone's growing so slowly, including me. It's hard to point to one thing and say, I'm better at this, I'm good at this, I'll catch up, or, you know, because it takes so much time. It's not something that's just going to happen by itself overnight. And so I think I've just learned a lot about this story that I've made, and it's true. That's the problem, is like I know our self stories are not true, but I think this one is true, and I need to believe it more so that it stays true, and I lean on it when I need to. But the story is, you know, after any starting point, whatever the starting point is, I'm probably behind when we start, but I'm probably ahead when we have our next checkpoint. I keep getting smarter and smarter and smarter at that thing. And most of the times when I feel less confident, or I feel like I haven't gotten anywhere, it's usually because I quit too early. And like the checkpoint I had for deciding if something was worth it or not was way too soon. And I think also too, this is where having Sean has really helped me. It's like I need to only the Naval quote is only play long-term games with long-term people. And I think I've done a lot of short-term games with short-term people over the years, and you know, I can't change it. So we're just gonna move forward from there, and go do it again. My daughter's really good about, I have this thing we talk about all the time. She's only 3, and when you have a 3-year-old, it's really hard to like teach them anything, right? Like it's like it's just like communication is very barbaric. It's very simple. Sorry. And so the only thing I could get through to her when she was having a tough time was try again. And it's not a, you must try again. It's a, what do we do? Do we want to quit, or do we want to try again? And 90% of the time she picks try again, you know, and it's fine if she doesn't pick it. Like, I'm not here to like, you know, hit her or something about not, you know, whatever, be that pushy about it. But I think if anything, it's just instilling the mantra that's going to happen in her head, the recursive loop of, I hit an obstacle, I hit a barrier, what do I do? Because I think most of our brains say, I don't know, you know? And I think the people that are the leaders and the people that push through barriers are the people that go, I should probably try again, you know, as their very first reaction whenever they come across that. So, you know, I think we'll build up to bigger mantras when she's more available for it. But I think that's been a really good one to give to her. And I'm going to try to give it to all my kids so far until I come up with a better one. But that one's been really good. It's been a really helpful tool to say, what do we do? Try again. And because she started doing it, she started trying again without being asked. She gets stuck and she goes, oh, I'm going to try again. And we really try to reinforce it. Like if me and her are doing something and I, you know, don't know how to do it, or I get stuck or whatever, and later I figure it out, I really try to explain to her that daddy Daddy got stuck and tried again. And look at this cool thing that we made together. And I don't know. So much of parenting is like, how do I give you my knowledge? Because most of the knowledge I have, you don't need right now. But when you do need it or understand it, I'm going to have different knowledge. And I'm not going to, like, I think I could advise my kids if a lot better if they were only like 10 years younger than me. But when they're like 30 years younger than you, it's like I gotta, this is kind of what this is about. It's like I really want to like distill ways to help them more, specifically, because it feels like when I'm 60, which sounds insane to me. 60, oh my God. Like, I'm going to have different advice for them. And honestly, it's not necessarily the advice they're going to need for their 30-year-old life. I'm going to have 60-year-old advice. And so, I don't know. It's just one of those things. And I'm trying to use technology to solve it, I guess. So, I think I got to wrap this up and get back to work. But, yeah. No, I still like this project. I still want to do this. I kind of want it to be both more and less frequent. And, I don't know. I'm just going to keep going with it. I mean, 265 days so far is pretty good. Pretty proud of that. 100 more days and I got a whole year down. I think I've just realized that I really like this, and I really like it. Just gives me this good feeling, this powerful feeling that this could help somebody. This could help me. This helps me talk through my ideas. So, well, this was good. I gotta, I'm gonna try to do this. Let's try to do this once a week. Maybe every week on like Fridays or something. Okay. Well,